I guess just before I get going, I'll just let everyone know Ilya Mikheyev had successful surgery this morning, so everything went well and as planned there.
See Mitch is skating. What's his status moving forward here?
Yeah, it was a positive morning for Mitch. Skate went well, so we're encouraged by that. He will be a game time decision tonight.
Well, having fans in full force mean for you, for the players, and if they have their family about you?
Yeah, it's really big. I mean, obviously, our ability to play in front of the fans is a really big deal. The family connections are also very important. Even just having them at a couple of the preseason games, for me, have your family waiting after the game. The way that it is with the protocols and such, they're waiting in the parking lot versus coming downstairs. It's a little different, but yeah, having them in the building is important, and that's our players as well. We've got some guys. We've got a fair number of local guys here that have come in that haven't played regular season game in front of their family before. So yeah, it's a big deal, and I think that's really important. The season is long. Have that family connection. Not just for the player, but for the family themselves, to be not just at home watching on TV, but to be in the building and feeling a part of it and experiencing it. It's really important for everyone across the league.
Sometimes it's easy to kind of forget that, outside of these masks, there's not really much else that we're doing. You guys are still going through the COVID protocols. What's that like? Does that feel normal for you now to get your nose tested or whatever it is? Yeah,
it is certainly feeling normal, in that sense, just part of the routine. We're still tested regularly. It's all part of it. You're seeing some cases still popping up across the league, so we're still having to remain diligent, but we're at the point, now where there are some, more freedoms, let's call it, in terms of things being relatively normal. In that sense, we're still coaching here in Toronto on the bench with masks on. I think, and my understanding of it is there's going to be some certain cities or most cities on the road where masks won't be required, and based on the local jurisdictions. But you're seeing that probably in some of the games last night. But yeah, by and large, it's part of the routine at this point. I've coached more games in the league under these restrictions than I have without. So for me, it certainly is normal.
How would you sum up the mood around the team? Obviously not ideal to start a season without Austin in the lineup. Mitch is another thing, but how would you kind of describe what you're sensing from the group?
I think there's a lot of positivity. It's an interesting thing, and we know that obviously it's regular season now, and you're going to face the best lineup that we've seen here throughout this process to this point. But we've played without Austin. The guys have played really well. We've played different players in different situations to prepare for spots like this. We had talked about that through camp. The guys have great belief in what we're doing and the work that we've put in to prepare for this game. We're excited to play for real.
Personally, Sheldon, how does this opening night feel compared to last year's?
Pretty similar, lots of optimism, lots of belief in the work that we've done. Obviously, we've had a greater period of time to put work in, play games. We had the trip to Gravenhurst, with just a small group. So all those kind of things, I think that the team feels much closer, much more put together, I guess I would say, than last season. We had a number of new players last season as well, but no preseason games. All of a sudden, you're rolling. So in that sense, I think there's a extra sense of preparedness, and I think with that, that level of preparation comes confidence.
Jake said that the group came in pissed, after what happened last year in the training camp. The guys were pissed. How do you take that emotion and translate it into success on the ice, and have it not, the other things that could happen from being pissed off?
Yeah, I think all of our players have an additional edge to them, for sure. And I think that I've just been capitalizing on that. I mean, we designed our camp, in particular, the first day was very difficult, very taxing on them. But in talking to them about it and preparing them for it, they wanted that. They embraced it. They wanted to be difficult. They want to get out front of it. And I think that's what you're looking for, as the coach, is for a motivated group like that that's got reasons to dig in. And I certainly have seen that through. It's through camp. The guys have had fun. They've come together as a group, but it's been very business-like from the start of camp all the way through, and certainly this morning here as well.
Do you think about how to sustain that feeling? Like today's, it's game one, you've been building up this, but do you think at this point about how you're going to sustain that through a whole season with your group?
Yeah, it's the greatest challenge, over the course of a long season and the ups and downs and the emotions that come with it. But it's something we talk about often as a staff, not just coaching staff, but with management, with our training staff, and then with the players ultimately, is to try to make sure that our spirit remains high, both in our level of competitiveness and how we enjoy that process that comes with a challenging season, but also just being around each other and having fun and understanding the things that are happening within our walls, that we have to enjoy that process that we go throughout the season. And I think that's really it, just taking it a day at a time, not getting too concerned with things that are out of our control. We're going to play Montreal here tonight, and that's really all we're focusing on.
About Montreal, it's a new season, but it'll be the 21st time, if you count preseason, that you guys have faced each other since January. Where would you rank the animosity level between the two teams, and how do you feel that'll play into tonight's game?
Well, I mean, I think it's a new season. I think given we've played them 3 times in preseason as well, I think you got some of that stuff out of the system. But I think it's going to be going to a whole nother level today. I think whether we play 20 times or not, the Leafs and Montreal, the rivalry is there. Whether we played them in the playoffs last season or not, I think it's there. That question you just asked, I got asked that the first time I ever coached against them. It's there. So I think that exists, and that's just a great thing. That's why these games usually fall early in the schedule, and fans will be excited about it. Players are excited about it just the same.
I know you had to prepare for this game, but did you stay up late and watch Seattle out of curiosity, given the Hackstall connection and all that?
Yeah, I caught a bit of it, not the entirety of the game, but I sent Hack a message before the game and excited for him and the work that he's done. I know he was really excited about a chance to go there and start laying the foundation for that organization. A lot of work, of course, goes into that. So excited for him and the organization to get going. And like I said, I didn't stay up for the whole game, but I did catch a little bit of the comeback there. They made things interesting. So they look like they've got a good team and played with lots of energy yesterday. And they're going to be in good hands. With Hack there for sure.
It's a new season, you're turning the page, and there's so many different faces on both sides, but is there anything you want your group to remember about facing the Canadiens last year in the playoffs and take into tonight?
Not specific to the series or anything like that, but I mean, obviously there's tendencies and things that we know about Montreal. As we talked about this morning, there's no opponent in the league that we know better than this one. From all the times we played them last season, just playing them 3 times in preseason. Ottawa tomorrow night's going to be pretty similar in that sense. So in terms of what to take away, I don't think there's anything that we're connecting specifically to the series, but as it relates to the opponent, we know what to expect, and I think they would know what to expect from us. Just a matter of us going out and executing and who's going to establish their game first.